Today, we are going to be talking to two Walmart sellers who have found quite a bit of success on the Walmart marketplace. They're going to share their listing optimization strategies, tips on how to get the Pro Seller Badge, and tips on how to get your Walmart inventory checked into WFS quicker. How cool is that? Pretty cool, I think.
If you guys would like to network with other Walmart sellers, make sure to join our brand new Facebook group called Helium 10 Winning with Walmart. You can actually just search for that on Facebook, or you can actually go to h10.me/Walmart group, and you can go directly to that page. So make sure to join. You can tag me and Carrie with questions and ask questions of other Walmart sellers, or even share your own experiences in that Facebook group.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Serious Sellers podcast. I'm going to be your host, Carrie Miller, and this is our Winning with Walmart Wednesday that we do every month, where we give you some great Walmart information and we answer all of your Walmart questions. So today, I'm really excited because I have two new guests that you've probably never seen before, and they are Walmart experts. They've been selling on Walmart, and so they've got a lot of great knowledge to share. So we'll ask them some questions. You'll get to know them about their story. And then we'll go ahead and take your questions live. But I'm going to go ahead and bring on our guests and introduce them to you. So we have Gustavo and Leo, and they're from Venezuela. So thanks so much, guys, for joining. How are you doing?
Thank you so much, Carrie, for having us.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited to talk about your story. You guys are pretty inspiring. You're been working really hard on Walmart. And so I wanted to just kind of give people a background about you, just about your kind of e-commerce start and how, your company got started. So can you tell us about, just how you got started in e-commerce?
Well, I don't know about inspiring, but we started on Amazon in around 2016. We sold household items in the UK. We eventually launched in the US, and after a couple of years of trial and error, we did reach the bestseller badge with several of our products, and we got excited and launched new brands, and we grew those as well. And so more recently, we did hear that Walmart was starting to grow a ton. We decided to give it a try. We knew some people and some brands that have launched there successfully. And so far, it's been really exciting. We really didn't expect the platform to work as well as it is. Walmart's assigned us an account manager. They're adding new features every day. It's kind of cool because you can see some of the Amazon features that we've known, for years starting to pop up on Walmart. So it's they're really putting money into this. And we're already reaching a good amount of sales. Things are growing, so it's exciting.
Can you tell us maybe how many sales you guys are doing on a monthly basis, or just to give people kind of an idea of what your sales are in Walmart so far?
We just launched into Walmart, but right now we're doing between 20 and 30K a month right now. For the top product in our assortment, we are in average selling 45 units daily,
Okay.
even without having a top organic ranking position. We even launched for the 10th position. Right now, we have the second position after a month of a lot of work of optimizing our listings, adding rich media, tested the main images. Mainly all the Amazon playbook, and also all the Helium 10's resources and also suggestions available in your podcast and in your webinars. So we are really thanking for that.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So, 45 sales a day for some products is pretty amazing. That's, more than some people are probably doing on Amazon for some of their products. So really, really exciting news and really inspiring knowing that there is some, definitely some good opportunity on Walmart. So basically the main reason you guys decided then is just you wanted to expand. Why did you guys choose Walmart to start selling?
So we've seen several successful Amazon brands launch to Walmart, and we do a lot of modeling. We try to see what is the best brand out there, what are the best brands doing, and if we can take a similar path, that's usually a good choice. And so we've seen Hero Cosmetics obviously had a fantastic run at launching from Amazon into retail. I think they recently got acquired by hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's we see, there's Angry Orange, True Skin, a lot of really good brands that have launched. from Amazon to retail. So to us, it was like, okay, some if the big brands are doing it, and like the really successful people are doing it, like there's got to be something there. To us, it's better to come in early. So if Walmart continues to grow, like I guess the brands that are in now have a head start. It's also easy to find, like in Walmart.com particularly, you can look at a lot of information with tools like Helium 10. Helium 10 is actually the one we use the most because
Nice.
you can actually like analyze the sales. There's not like on Amazon, there's like 1,000 softwares that do that. Like in Walmart.com, there's not too many. It's also like part of a multi-channel strategy for us. So Walmart.com is like the first platform, but ideally we're trying to look at, can we get into Target and Ulta that we've heard are fantastic platforms as well, and like there's other ones as well. So it's a first step into a retail expansion and understanding how other markets work, and we're seeing that applying a lot of the Amazon strategies do actually work. There's not a lot of people doing these things. Optimizing listings, optimizing your images, doing all the things that you kind of know from Amazon.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I guess that leads into my next question, because when I talked to you before, Leo, you mentioned that you have like a 90-day plan when you launch on Walmart, and that's kind of the amount of time that it takes you to even get considered for the pro seller badge. So can you just kind of like walk us through your 90-day plan when you launch a product on Walmart, all the things that you do to optimize and then get the pro seller badge?
Due to our experience in Amazon, we link our strategy of launching in Walmart into the process of obtaining the pro seller badge in Walmart. Because this badge embodies all the key elements that a successful seller must have in any marketplace he wants to participate. At first, they have to provide a great customer experience through on-site deliveries and also providing great customer services. They have to also target a 90% listing quality score in order to drive conversion across the whole assortment of their products. Third, they have to be compliant with any Walmart target product policy and content policy in order to have a reliable offer in this marketplace, and also to have consistent sales over these 90 days. So the first thing that we do to achieve that is to use WFS to reduce our sales exposure to any delay in our shipments and also in the inventory handling in order to fulfill these orders. The second thing that we do is optimizing our listings based on the Walmart suggestions, based on the Helium 10 suggestions, and also using the best practices that our competitors are using in their listings in Amazon, also in Walmart. The third thing that we use is having all our complimentary information updated. I'm referring to the MSDS, I'm referring to the JTINS number, and also to the product labels that are needed to, at first, to sustain a case of product ownership, and also to convert our products to WFS. And the fourth, and I think is the most important thing for a company and for a brand, is to have a great product. We have a great product that match our customers' expectation and also the promises that we make in our listings.
Yeah, that's very good. That's really good. I mean, it's true. The pro seller badge is kind of like a guideline to help you to really not only rank, but just get more sales. But then also people start filtering for the pro seller badge too, which gives you even more sales. So it gives you more exposure. But something I think people don't know about the pro seller badge too is that you actually get 20% discount off of your referral fees, which is really cool, a really good perk because it's going to increase your profitability. But did you guys get the email? I think I got it today that said that they're changing the parameters for the.
Yes, we see it.
What did you think about that?
Yes, and I think it's a way that Walmart is going to filtering more the sellers that are participating into Walmart, because as customer, I always buy, even if we are in any part of the United States, from Walmart, because it has reliable prices, it has reliable shipments. So I think for one hand, it's a great idea in order to filter in more sellers. For the other hand, maybe be difficult to meet some of those requirements if you are not participating in programs like WFS.
Yeah.
If you are, yes, because you have to reduce all the exposure to those delinquencies that Walmart is more targeting this time.
Yeah, definitely. So if you are fulfilling products yourself, you have to be very careful because the qualifications are, I mean, there's just really no margin for error when it comes to, shipping. So you pretty much have to use WFS if you want the pro seller badge. They also increase the number of sales you have to have within a 90-day period to 250. So I'm curious to see, how many people maybe drop off of the pro seller badge, but that'll be something we'll need to
And we
watch.
made that mistake. We made that mistake at the beginning. We launched with our own warehouse and we were fulfilling orders ourselves. But it's just much better. It's like with Amazon, you eventually realize that you need to be using FBA. It just works much better. Fees are better. You'll get the Prime badge. Like same thing with Walmart. You just need the WFS badge. Like we were fulfilling in 3 days, but if like it was ever 4, and then you would start to get like your score would decrease because you're not fulfilling on time. And so it's just like, go all in. If you're going to go to Walmart, just go all in. Just send your inventory. It's going to be much simpler longer term.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, especially because you can get kicked off the platform if you make certain little mistakes. So it's just easier overall, less anxiety probably. Okay, so what tips do you have just in general for optimizing your Walmart listings, just to get them so that they're going to rank and convert the highest on Walmart?
So we track our conversion rate the most. I think that's one of the biggest or most important metrics, along with like sessions. But when you're tracking that, the main thing you're looking to increase it. But what we do is we'll A/B test main images for sure, and then the other images in the listing. But it's like very targeted. Like you want to change like the position of the product, the appearance of the product, the lighting, anything you can, any items that are inside the product, like in the main image for sure. That's like super important. It's probably, with the 80-20, it's definitely in the 20% of things that produce 80% of the results. Helium 10 has audiences, which works great for that. Shorter titles, like we've learned stuff along the way. Like we used to have long titles like on Amazon, and now it's shorter titles we're realizing work better. We've also realized we can upload videos, which increase conversion a ton. So that's by creating a case, you can upload videos, which is fantastic for conversion as well. We're testing out a ton of stuff with the copy inside. So just changing the copy, like the main bullet points, stuff that you say inside the listing, anything that you can to really just bump up your conversion rate. And you just have to be tracking it. Like if you're not tracking it, you don't know the result. So you just have like a weekly tracker or even a daily tracker of your conversion rate, and you can go, okay, I changed this on Tuesday. It's been 4 days. Like, how's it changing? It's been a week. Like sometimes there's a delay.
Well, I love how you guys, a lot of people just put their listing up on Walmart and they're like, oh, it should be converting. It's just like Amazon. But I love that you guys have taken the time to really optimize for Walmart and doing, you can use audiences, like you said, to split test images, because images on Walmart are, I think, the most important thing, because you literally have people advertising right below you and you have to sell the customer pretty much in the images. So that's a really good point. But I love how you're really testing these things and really focusing on all the things that are available on Walmart to, get to the top, and it shows you guys are, successful so far. So that's pretty cool.
One example of that is we've realized that a lot when we went to our orders, we actually have several variations, and people were buying all 3 of the variations at the same time. So we saw a lot of people were buying them, but we were never promoting them together. So in the listing, we now talk about you should get these all 3 together, because they actually do go together. But we weren't we weren't promoting them together. After we realized a lot of people are just buying all 3 right away, we're like, okay, maybe we should put that on the list and go, you can grab these, together. So that's just
how are you putting it on the listing? Are you just writing it on
just
there?
Put it on one of the images. You could just go, these 3 go well together, and you can give the reasons why they go well together. And then you can grab them all here and kind of, put into the buy box.
And how do you help people find it? Do you just say grab them on Walmart or find them on Walmart, or?
Well, we would have all 3 variations on that same listing, so that you could people can easily see that all those 3 products are there. It's just a reminder that you can buy all 3 right away.
That's a really good point, because some people don't really think about it. Sometimes you have to tell them what to do. That's really, really a good a strategy. So, and that's even good for Amazon. So if anyone's listening that isn't on Walmart yet, that's something, you could definitely remind people that they, to get all of the products on your all the variations, basically.
We actually got that idea because we try to talk to customers as much as possible. So we had customers on our website and stuff, and we call them every so often. And one customer said, "Oh, I always buy. I like your product because I can buy all three that I need at the same time. Can I just click on add to cart to all three variations?" And we're like, "Oh, that's such a good idea." Like, then we checked our orders. We saw that a lot of people were doing that. And we're like, "Oh, we should really remind people that they can do that here."
That's such a good point. Oh my gosh. The little things that really can make a difference. Okay, so going along with A/B testing, what do you all think about A/B testing the product type, and do you have any strategies for that?
Yes, it's very important for us. At first, we target the product type and also the shelving path that our competitors have for every keyword. Because if we don't have the correct product type and also shelving path, our product is not going to be indexed for the main keywords we are targeting to. So our recommendation should be to use Helium 10 or also to search manually through the search grid what are the product types that our competitors are using. And also because if you target the correct product type, you are going to have a bunch of filtering attributes displaying your listing that weren't being displayed to the customers before. So these filtering attributes are also very important to be searchable in all the keywords that your customers are looking for in Walmart. Any changes can be made using a case, by submitting a case in support center, even for the product type and also for the shelving path. We also recommend to use a case instead of changing it through the growth opportunities dashboard, because it's more directly, and also is going to be you have receive a response maybe in a couple hours, no more than that.
Do they give you better product type options when you do it that way?
Now, I usually search for the product type.
Okay, you know which one you want.
Yes, I know what I want, because in the growth opportunity dashboard, they show you a couple of them, but sometimes it is not the best. And sometimes also your competitor has a more accurate prototype depending on the first Walmart, on the first explanation that Walmart gave it to you.
Okay, where are you finding the product types of your competitors? Is it on the shelving path on the listing, or where are you looking?
Yes, in the shelving path, correct. Yes, it's the second message we are targeting to.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's interesting how much more exposure you can get, because I noticed myself just having challenges getting into certain keywords. So it is really important to A/B test the product type. So how many times is there a product that you had to do multiple changes on the product type? Like, what's the most you've had to change the product type to find the right one?
We have a product that has like bestseller product. Let me say like around creams, bestseller creams. So you have to look for any specific product type that is also is going to help you also to achieve maybe the bestseller badge in that category, because we know that the four five products are going to have the bestseller badge. So depending also on the product type, their picks, the popular picks, or this kind of badge like the bestseller badge are going to be assigned to you. So it is very important. Yeah.
That's a really good point. Yeah. So look at the products that are the bestseller badge products, so that you can look at their product type, because they probably have the right product type. That's a really good point. Okay. So something else I wanted to talk about is reduced pricing, because a lot of sellers have a hard time getting the reduced tag. And so you've actually explained the reason for that to me, and maybe a different strategy to get a reduced price on Walmart. So can you talk a little bit about the reduced price strategy that you guys have?
Since Walmart uses the 90-day average price to calculate whether you are giving the strike-through or not, you should have a strategy based on when you are going to display it and how much are you going to display. At first, our strategy is to have two prices. The main pricing that we are advertising any point of time without being contained in a deal, and a second price we are using for the flash peak and also for campaign or maybe special days. We are targeting like weekends where maybe the traffic in Walmart is higher than other days. It is very important since Walmart demands that some items, in order to participate in these campaigns, and also flash picks, has the strike through. If they don't have it, they're not going to participate. So you have to be very careful. And the second strategy we use is the timeline. If you have to narrow the timeline you are displaying this strike through, because if you're not going to narrow it, the 90-day average price is going to become lower. So if you want to get the strike through to this, and also to increase your conversion rate, you are going to display a lower and lower price. So in order to get the structure.
Yeah, so that's really interesting. I didn't realize it's the previous 90 days, so you have to kind of keep beating that 90-day average price when you do the strike through. But Flash Picks is probably a good one. So you have your main price, and then if you get the Flash Picks deals. And I think you mentioned to me too that you can open up a case if you don't see Flash Picks deals available to you in your growth opportunities. Is that correct? Is that what you guys did?
Yes, and also because you have to submit your item offer for any case, for any flash pick or for any campaigns, and you have to work with Walmart in order to monitor all the submission status, because sometimes maybe the campaigns already started and sometimes you get enrolled in time, but there's some, maybe if your offer is not good enough, if you're selling also your products in other marketplaces such as Amazon, and your price is not getting beaten by the price you are advertising there, maybe you are not going to be considered. So, but thankfully to our account manager, we've run through this, and we are taking care of any flash pick or any campaign we're advertising.
Another question here is, we were talking about WFS, Walmart Fulfillment Services, and how sometimes, for me, it's taken like 2 weeks and sometimes a little bit longer to check in inventory. And I think you have a strategy to get the products checked in faster. What do you think about that? And what's the strategy that you use to get your products checked in faster?
We usually know that for the time and longer for hazardous products, at first to convert our products, we use a flat file for changing from seller fulfillment to Walmart fulfillment. We received this advice from Walmart Support Center because at first we were having issues also to convert our products to WFS. And the second advice is to having an US compliant MSDS. Sometimes Walmart does reject some products, even if they are not hazardous, since they don't have an MSDS which is compliant to the US regulations. The second thing we need to consider is that it's better to send a print images of the packages instead of a picture, because in the flat file, it's mandatory to send a print picture of the package label. So in order to avoid any delay, they should send a print images instead of a picture. And the third consideration should be also the product type you are importing in the flat file. Because we at first considered that our products were not hazardous, but instead, since they are chemicals, they should be considered as them, even if they don't have any hazardous component in their formula.
Yeah, so flat files are probably the best way to go on Walmart. And we actually have instructions on how to use flat files for Walmart in our Freedom Ticket on Walmart. It's for all Helium 10 subscribers, it's in our Freedom Tickets. It's week 11. So our Freedom Ticket course that comes with every paid subscription, you can go into that and we show you how to do that. There's another thing that you mentioned to me about flat file uploads, though, that was like you were having a hard time updating the product. And you said that you need to use the original flat file upload in order to update products. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. There are like two flat files: the new item setup flat file, and the conversion flat file, or even the changing some specification from the product type, but different from the new item setup. The new item setup allows you also to display more feature attributes, and more attributes are displayed in this flat file. They're not going to be displayed even if you use manual setup the product, or even if you change after using the other type of flat file. So for us, it's always the best way to also to update any images, to update on any descriptions, even the key features. we copy since the key feature has like a specific formula, like a specific, I don't have to say like a way to input it in the Walmart Seller Central. We always start at first the key features in the manually product setup, and then we copy the exact formula that Walmart gives us. It's like a code for a website, when they have like bolding, when they have any specific character, and then input it into the flat file and upload it into a Walmart.
That's pretty interesting info. Okay. Another thing is too, because I think you sell kind of liquids, and I've actually run into an issue on trying to get a product into WFS because they want you to label as a pesticide first, and then they check it. And did you have that situation where, like, for our product, we were trying to upload it to WFS, but they said we have to label it as a pesticide and then send the safety data sheet? Did you guys have anything like that when you were trying to get into WFS because you had liquids, or did you get accepted right away?
We get accepted right away since we changed correctly the product type, which was a chemical. And secondly, we already sent the MSDS stating that our product, it wasn't a pesticide. Our product, it wasn't doesn't have any hazardous components. If we even check the standard requirements that are needed to send a compliant MSDS, and some key features like, as you said, pesticide, any hazardous component, any even California regulations that our ingredients should meet, it should be staying in the MSDS. As soon as all these criteria are met, they are good to go.
Okay, very good. Very interesting. All right, it looks like we have a question here. How do I turn one of my main images counterclockwise 90 degrees, and how do I change the order of variance on an inseam color size? I've had this issue too. Like, literally my sizing, it'll go large, medium, extra large. It's not in order for the sizing. And I don't know, something must be happening with his images where they're not like showing up correctly. So have you guys had this issue?
No, we haven't. We usually try to any images we submitted into Walmart or any marketplaces. When we upload it in this cloud, we try to check if the images have the correct size, and also are the correct ones we are trying to submit. We haven't confirmed this issue. I don't know. They shouldn't even ask so.
Do you upload your images directly, or do you do it in the flat file with a URL?
We use a flat file with a URL. What we usually do is we use a Google Drive link. You cannot submit a Google Drive in the normal form you download or you copy from Google. You have to transform in a specific formula we find even in the internet, that it would allow to any person to only click in the link, and that automatically is going to download the file into your computer without doing anything, without showing, even displaying any new screen.
Is it like a tiny URL or something like that, or?
Yes, it is. I can even share with you the formula in order to use it.
And that's probably the best way to upload images, because if he's or if they are uploading images using like the edit button on the listings, that's like the worst way to try to upload images. Sometimes they won't go through. So as Love said, flat files are probably best using the link. Otherwise,
and you have to create new links though for each time you upload on a flat file though, because I've noticed that when you upload the same flat file or the same images again, it doesn't, or maybe you want to change a few or the order, you have to change the URLs. Is that still the case for you guys, or changing the URLs every time you re-upload a flat file?
What happened with us is, at first we weren't able to modify the images order because we have like WFS conversion requests pending. While we have other WFS conversion that already got enrolled into Walmart.
Okay.
So maybe we think it's a problem in the system on one hand. The second thing that we do is we change the URL that we're displaying. We use like a public hosting cloud in order to always be changing these images. If this is not happening, we always create a case. We get a case and we submit the flat file in order to Walmart to consider also the assets and the change on those assets we are requiring to.
Okay, yeah. So maybe that's probably the way to fix that is to submit a flat file, EXEC, so that you can fix that the image issue. And then what about the order of the variations? Do you use case? Did you have to just submit a case when this happened to you, or what do you do to fix that?
We haven't confronted this issue. We know that the first variant that is going to display always is the primary variant. If this is not happening, we always create a case in Walmart in order to maybe change the order of those variants we are displaying.
Okay, so maybe the primary variant should always be the size you want to come first. Maybe that's something I'll try. I actually have opened multiple cases because my sizing is wrong too. So that's really, really helpful.
And there's also a way to change like the image that appears in the variant, which is, I mean, something small, but like you can maybe use and add something else to highlight whatever it is you're selling. Like if you have different flavors and you have berry and stuff, like you could put like an image of a berry there, or like something that can show a little bit more what the variant is.
Wow, so that's even better.
It's something small, but it's kind of cool, which is like can highlight whatever it is you're selling.
I think this is a lot of really great Walmart information for everybody who's listening. So I think it'll be really helpful, especially just troubleshooting and knowing there are some ways to fix things like with flat files, especially, but then also opening up a case is always a good idea too. I want to thank you guys so much for joining. Is there anything else, any kind of advice that you have before we part ways, and just that you have advice for anyone who's wanting to sell in Walmart or thinking about it? What do you guys?
So there's definitely a couple of things we've learned. We were told that Walmart, I keep saying Walmart, Walmart might suppress. I think Walmart might suppress you if your price is like higher than in your other channels. So you definitely want to make sure that you have similar pricing as you have, like, say, if you're selling on Amazon or other marketplaces. Try to match those prices. Focus on quality listings. Rich media is a big one. I think like rich media is coming up, and that's going to be very big. I think similar to how Amazon added the A+. There's tons of room to explore with adding images, videos, stuff inside your rich media. That's going to be very big. I think it's going to help with conversion and a ton of stuff like that. People post reviews quite fast. I think that's not happening as much with Amazon with like new products. Like people will post reviews fast. So I think it's important to have a quality product right off the bat. And you'll have to invest in PPC. We hired a manager for now, but I think that's definitely key as just as it is with Amazon.
Yeah, it's actually crazy how many people, when I ask them if they've started pay-per-click on Walmart, they're like, no, because they're like, they'll say, oh, I have no sales on Walmart. And I'm like, well, did you do pay-per-click? No. So you would never do that on Amazon, right? So it's crazy.
You have to, yeah. It's part of just like, knowing how to play that game.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you guys so much for joining. Really appreciate you guys taking the time to answer questions and just, tell us all the things that you've learned. I think this is a lot of really great info for anyone selling at Walmart. I think people are going to be really excited about it. So thanks again. And I guess I'll see you all later. Bye, everyone.